Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the 5 things I love about my Honda CBR600RR. I've ridden this bike for 15,000 miles over the past 3 years, so I've had my fair share of experiences. I've ridden a bunch of other bikes, including my friends and all that. So I can definitely tell the goods and bads of this bike, but in this video, we're going to be talking about all the good things about this bike. So let's get into it. So the first thing I love about this bike is the exhaust placement. Not only does it look good, but it's actually pretty useful. Most modern bikes nowadays, the exhaust pokes out right under your right foot. But with this one and all the way up until they made the 600, the exhaust comes out the center rear. The reason it's so helpful is your hearing. The modern bikes with the ones poking down onto your right, after long rides, you can definitely hear it in your right ear, a little ringing, while this, all the noise is behind you. So you're just enjoying the ride and shattering other people's eardrums instead of yours. Second thing on my list is right there. That is the gas gauge. Surprisingly, a lot of modern super sports do not have a gas gauge. A light just comes on when you're within around 60 miles, I want to say, of being empty, but with this one it gives you a full gauge. Sadly, I'm at the very bottom since it's winter out and I didn't want old gas, but it will go all the way to the top and just look down. You can tell where your gas is at without having to worry if you're low or not. So the third thing on my list that a lot of other people can agree on is the actual comfortability of this bike. Most super sports, the clip-ons are pretty down low, so you're hunched over. You can see with the Honda ones, if I can get in there, the clip-on is right there above my finger, and then the actual clip thing goes all the way up to here. It raises the handlebar, all the controls for you. You're in a much more upright position than having these flat with that clip-on and then having to hunch over just a little bit more. Having these bars raised a little bit like this, it makes my back you're not hunched over like this, whereas your bars would be down here. You're up like that. Definitely makes for a nice ride. Number 3 would definitely be the comfortability of this thing. Although it may not be as comfortable as that thing, still pretty comfortable. So my number 4 would be the lack of electronics on this bike. What I mean by that is it doesn't have traction control, does not have ABS. Some of these CBRs do have ABS in this generation. This one does not have the ABS, doesn't have a fancy gauge cluster. Maybe that's just because it's a little older. It's pretty much just you and the bike at that point without any of the electronics cutting in. You can push it to its max, and it's just based on your skill pretty much, which I am a fan of, instead of having all the electronics cut in there, which it is, don't get me wrong, the electronics are pretty nice to stop you from crashing, but sometimes it can kind of be a pain in the butt. So yeah, number 4 would be the lack of electronics. The 5th thing that I like about this bike is just the overall look. Although I may be a little biased since I've had it for 3 years, the look of this CBR, especially this generation in particular, is just timeless. Going to different bike nights around the area and just different bike events, there's been so many people who have asked what year this thing is, and when I tell them it's a 2010, they can't believe it. They think it's somewhere around 2018 or so. It's pretty cool to see them react when you tell them it's a 2010. So number 5 would be definitely the looks of this thing. I mean, just look at that. Pretty dang nice. Number 6, little bonus love, you could say, is the, if I can get it, there it goes, is the trunk space. So like I said, number 6 would be the trunk space. In here, I usually keep the old Big Panther. This is a helmet lock, so if I'm going to new places or just leaving the bike out in the parking lot while going inside, I'll lock up my helmet. That way no one steals it. Back to the point, the space in here. Quick story for you. We were down in Daytona Bike Week, what is it, a year or 2 ago, and we went across state just checking out the area, you know. In here I had helmet lock, insurance, sunglasses, windbreaker, and a hat in here. and it all fit in this little section. Some of my friends could not believe the amount of stuff I was putting in this trunk. For how small this tail section is of the CBRs, definitely can shove a bunch in there. So that's a little bonus for you guys. Hope you like it. And that should do it for the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. Leave anything that you also like down below if you guys have any other things. I couldn't recommend it more for a starting super sport if you want to get into it, or if you just want to add it to your collection. It's a perfect bike to have. Reliability is there, comfortability, and as well as speed. Just all around amazing bike. Couldn't recommend it, like I said. So yeah, that should wrap up the video for the 5 things I love about this bike. Make sure to check out the 5 things I hate about this bike. Although it is a nice bike, there are a couple things I can point out that I do not like about it or could be done better, but every bike comes with that. So yeah, check that out. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next video.